Alright, hey, how's it going, guys? I'm gonna start my stream of the Blackwell Legacy today. Actually, hold on one second. That's better. Get this light out. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be streaming the Blackwell Legacy again. It's gonna be one of those late night streams. Um, as you know, I'm trying to keep with a sort of like a horror themed kind of vibe going on here. Um, so just vibe going. Um, so I decided to pick the Blackwell Legacy because it does have a supernatural element. It's about a girl and a woman who solves crimes with a ghost. It's a very interesting game. It's by Wadjet Eye. Actually, it's a very well made game. Um, but I wanted to have an opportunity to play it because I've been playing all my favorite adventure games that have sort of like a supernatural or horror theme to it. And I didn't want to leave this out because it is a very very good game. Um, one second. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this game tonight. This might be a multi-parter, but I did want to get it in before doing the podcast tomorrow, or at least recording the podcast tomorrow. Um, just because I wanted to talk about all these adventure games. Um, before sorry guys, just had to still trying to get situated here. Okay, so this has voiceover, so I won't be reading a whole ton. Um, so I'm going to be saving my voice. Yeah, I debated on doing maybe another. I debated on doing another installment of the Chizo mythos, the follow-up 7 Days a Skeptic to 5 Days a Stranger. Um, but I didn't really want to read a lot of stuff, so I just wanted to go with an easier game to that can be viewable to the streaming audience. And so I chose the Blackwell Legacy because I haven't touched upon it yet. Um, I'm going to go ahead and start here, so I'm going to switch over to my gaming window. And that should switch over. There we go. Okay, so let's begin. Let's look at the options here. Speech on, subtitles on, yeah. Updated commentary, okay, cool. We got our achievements turned on if you want to see achievements. I don't know if you guys care about achievements. I certainly don't really care about them. So let's go ahead and hit new game and see where this takes us. Would you like to activate in-game instructions? Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. You can also view instructions by clicking the help button. Okay.
So, I guess this is it. Years of watching and waiting and hoping, and it comes down to this. Do I love you? Do I miss you? I don't know for sure, I hardly know you. But you're the closest thing to family I've got, and I suppose that's something. Goodbye, Auntie. Wherever you are. What a morning. At least I'm home now.
Okay, interacting with objects. To interact with objects, characters move. Left click if there's a strange. Alright, you know what? I'm going to turn that help option off. How do I turn it off? Interacting with objects. Save mode. Can I turn that off? Okay, let's just go talk to this guy.
I've never seen this kid before in my life.
Hi there.
Hi?
So who are you visiting today?
What are you talking about?
Seriously, who are you here to see? I can't let you in unless you tell me.
I live here?
No, you don't. I know everybody in the building. I don't know you.
Really, I live here.
Nice try. I know everyone in this building, and I don't know you. Sorry.
I've lived here for 5 years.
Then how come I've never seen you before?
I have no idea. Doesn't matter.
If you lived here, I'd know you. That's all there is to it.
Who the hell are you?
Jim Burdo.
All right, Jim. Where's the regular doorman?
Geez, where have you been? He's on strike.
He's what?
Strike. All the building servicemen in the city are doing it. Union rules or something. I stepped in to help because I know everybody.
How come nobody told me?
Notices were posted all over the building. I put them up myself. If you lived here, you'd have seen them.
Who pays attention to things like that?
Well, that's not my problem.
Listen, I really live here. 4th floor, number 4E.
4E. Isn't that apartment empty?
No! I live there, and I want to go there. Thank you very much.
Oh. Maybe you're telling the truth.
He sees reason, thank God.
Do you have any ID? A driver's license or something?
Yes, I have a driver's license. It's upstairs. In my desk drawer. Crap. Come on, this is New York. Who actually drives?
True, but I still can't let you in unless you prove you live here.
How long is this strike going to last?
I don't know. Could be a couple hours or a couple days, depending on whether they reach a settlement or not. I don't know the details.
Okay, I have no ID, and you don't know me. What can I do to prove that I live here?
Well, can anyone in the building vouch for you?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really know anybody here.
How long have you lived here again?
Be quiet. Not all of us are social butterflies.
Okay, whatever. Hey, what about Nishanti Sharma? She could vouch for you.
Who is this Nish?
Nishanti. Nishanti Sharma. She lives in 4F. You know, right next door to 4E. You really don't get out much, do you?
Your point?
Nothing, but I'm sure she could vouch for you.
Great, call her up.
She's not here.
Of course she isn't. So I gotta wait here all day for her.
You might have to. Although, she usually goes to Washington Square Park in the mornings. You could look for her there.
I'll be back.
See you around.
Dr. Donald Quinton, Bellevue Medical Hospital. My name is Dr. Donald Quinton. I was your aunt's primary care physician here at Bellevue Hospital. I have seen to your aunt's needs since she arrived here 25 years ago. Please accept my heartfelt condolences for your loss. Feel free to visit my office at any time. I am sure we have much to discuss. Sincerely, Donald Quinton. Okay. guess we'll just exit here. So guys, if you don't know about Wadjet Eye games, they make adventure games. Not in the tradition of, I would say, LucasArts or Sierra. Not saying that it's bad or anything. They're more, I would say, approachable games in terms of like the in terms of the general. They're actually easier to get into than those older games. Now, I'm not saying that those older games are bad, but it does take a different mentality to play those games. And there is a lot of exploration in those games, but there are, a lot of places where you just get stuck and you basically have to restart from the beginning if you missed one thing. This is very apparent in the Sierra games because if you miss one thing sometimes, that's it. It's over, And if you didn't save before you missed that one thing, then you're going to restart. These games don't do that. They're a little bit more geared to casual players who, want to play a good adventure game, want to have that kind of flavorful storytelling, but not the mindless, mind-numbing, difficult puzzle solving, very obscure puzzle solving, and they don't throw dead ends. The only dead end is the person trying to figure out the puzzles that are in the adventure game. So the first puzzle thus far for me is to try and get to my own apartment. So let's go ahead and take care of that.
Washington Square. It's been a while since I've been here. Still looks the same, I guess. Although the dog park is empty. I wonder why.
Okay, so we're looking for that Nisha person. Now let's look at the sign.
The dog park is empty. There's no reason to. The dog park.
Alright.
Now I'm getting a stress headache. I need to get home. That's her. I recognize her from my building. Nishanti Sharma, was it? This is gonna be awkward. Excuse? I can't do it. I can't just barge up to her. Not in front of all those people. They're all staring.
Okay, so obviously, Rosangelina has a little thing about socialization, but...
Oh, for heaven's sake. Don't worry, Moti. I'm coming. There, all better. I can't take you anywhere, can I? Oh, it's you. The lady next door.
Yeah, hi.
Rhonda, isn't it?
No, Rosangela.
Well, Rosangela. I hope my friend here hasn't been giving you any trouble.
That's a cute dog you've got.
Isn't he just? Normally he behaves, but he seems to have taken a shine to you.
Oh, great.
Anyway, I don't think we've formally met. I'm Nishanti.
Rosangela.
So you said.
Oh, right.
Yes?
I have a strange favor to ask.
Go ahead and ask. What are neighbors for?
You know that building servicemen strike?
Yes. Jim Burdo is covering, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the problem, see. He doesn't recognize me.
Oh? Oh. So you need me to vouch for you?
Yeah, I know this is pretty stupid.
Don't worry about it. Moti is getting a little cranky anyway. Let's get you home.
Thanks.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, I just need to get home.
All right. Let's keep walking. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Miss Sharma.
Jim, this is Rosangela. She lives here.
She does? Okay. Sorry about earlier. Had to be sure.
Well, now you're sure. And you must be so proud of yourself.
Well,
Never mind. Just get out of my way.
Well, here we are.
Yes. Finally. That stupid kid.
Well, perhaps. But try not to be so hard on him. We're all neighbors after all.
Yeah, I guess.
Looks like somebody is hungry. I'd best get this spoiled puppy fed. Feel free to drop in any time you want.
Really?
Yes, really. I know we New Yorkers don't usually talk to our neighbors, but who cares? The city can be a lonely place, especially when you live alone. I've got Moti. Who do you have? Oh, look, now I've offended you. That's what I get for butting in. I'm sure you're fine. Although your episode in the park tells me otherwise. And your eyes. Well, let's just say the offer stands.
Sure.
You go home now. We'll see each other soon, Rosangela, I'm sure.
Hey.
Yes?
You can call me Rosa, if you like. Rosangela's kind of a mouthful, you know.
All right, Rosa. You have a good day now.
What a strange lady. Home. Thank God. I've never been so happy to see a 500 square foot room in my life. Ugh. Hello?
This is Dr. Quentin from Bellevue Hospital.
Yes?
I was your aunt's primary care physician. Did you receive my letter?
Yes, I received it. I haven't had the time to come by, though.
That's all right. I'm sure you're busy. However, should you find the time today, my entire schedule is free.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you. Good day.
If I don't visit him, he's just going to keep bothering me. I suppose I should just get it over with.
Okay, so let's see what we can do around here. Obviously, we're gonna probably have to go to that. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second here. I just want to lower the volume a bit. Just a little tad, not too much. So we can look around her room, maybe get to know Rosa a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take a look at this photograph.
It's a photograph of Auntie Lauren and me. No. I used to talk to this picture when I was a little girl, but not anymore. When I was a little girl, I'd try to talk to my younger self in this picture. I was trying to give myself advice about the future. It didn't work then, and I doubt it would work now. When I was trying to... It didn't...
Okay, so...
Griff is fine where he is. That's Griff, the PI bear. I've had him as long as I can remember. He's in horrible shape, but I don't have the heart to throw him away. It's a photograph of Auntie Lauren. She took care of me after my parents died. For most of my life, Auntie Lauren was a vegetable, slowly rotting away in a hospital bed. I don't remember what she was like before that. This picture is all I have to go by. It's me. I look scared out of my mind. I don't remember when this picture was taken, but I look about 4 or 5 years old. Out of sight, out of mind. Just some old book review clippings. They're fine where they are. Just a trash can filled with crumpled up novel ideas. This is the only living plant I own. I bought it 2 years ago. It's still living despite my total lack of care.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go to that hospital.
What's with the lights?
Hey, old buildings, you know? Always got problems. If the plumbing ain't broken, the lights are on the blink. It's giving me a headache, let me tell you.
I'm here to see Dr. Quentin.
Uh-huh. Is he expecting you?
I've got this letter right here.
Okay, looks legit. Go right in. His name's on the door, you can't miss it.
Thanks.
Come in.
Dr. Quentin?
Yes.
I'm Rosangela Blackwell.
Oh, hello. Come in. Come in. You got my letter, I trust.
Yes, I did.
Good, good. My condolences on the loss of your mother.
Thanks. My aunt is at peace now, wherever she is.
Ah, quite right, quite right.
So you wanted to talk to me about something?
Yes, yes, I did. But before we go into that, how are you holding up?
Just having a really bad morning.
Oh?
I'll get over it. Just some stuff I have to deal with.
You received the ashes?
Yes, I scattered them this morning.
I imagine you must miss her.
To be honest, I'm not sure what to feel. It's not like I knew her, or even remember her from before. She's like a stranger.
So why did you make it a point of visiting her all those years?
She was the only family I had. I guess I felt an obligation, like I had to.
And now that you don't have to?
What do you want me to say? Auntie's dead, life goes on.
So you'll just keep living, is that it?
Yes.
Keep writing your little book reviews in the paper, right?
You know about those?
It's hardly a secret. A number of the staff have read them, yes.
I didn't think a West Village paper would interest anyone up here.
I have to be honest, Miss Blackwell. The staff read them because they were more interested in you.
Oh?
Their intentions were purely benign, I assure you. It was your aunt they were primarily interested in. They wanted to know more about her family, and you proved to be, shall we say, less than eager to comply?
That's their problem.
Indeed. It was your choice to make. Your aunt was an interesting case. And now that she's gone, I was hoping you'd be more forthcoming with me. Just an informal chat. We can discuss her condition, and yours too, of course.
You never could find out what was wrong with her, huh?
No, we didn't. But she still remains a fascinating case.
Fascinating. I don't understand.
Forgive me, I speak from a purely professional perspective. I didn't know your aunt personally.
Neither did I, but fascinating?
It might come as a surprise to you, but yes.
But she was practically catatonic. All she did was lie there for 20 years. She'd sometimes twitch or mumble something incoherent, but I wouldn't call that fascinating.
Well, as you know, she wasn't exactly catatonic. We kept her sedated.
Right, she had outbursts.
Yes, and we had to sedate her heavily to keep her calm, especially in preparation for your visits.
What are you trying to say?
Miss Blackwell, we are not a nursing home. We're not content to merely keep a patient comfortable. We are, after all, in the healing profession. We were trying to heal your aunt, and to do that, we had to speak to her.
Wait, you spoke to Auntie.
We tried to.
Did she answer back?
After a fashion, yes.
If Auntie spoke, why wasn't I told?
Miss Blackwell, do you remember what brought your aunt here in the first place? Her screaming, her hitting herself?
I was only 5 years old at the time, but I kind of remember.
In order to prevent her from doing harm to herself or to others, we were forced to sedate her. When we limited her medication, she simply reverted to her former state. Her natural state, I'm sorry to add.
What did Auntie say?
Nothing that made any sense. But one thing was clear. She was in great pain.
Pain? What kind of pain?
It's difficult to say, but it was immense.
How immense?
When we reduced her medication, the transformation was dramatic. Her eyes flew open, she thrashed, her screams. Well, we had to gag her eventually.
My God.
I know.
Did she still feel it when she was sedated?
We don't know. There's no way of knowing.
25 years.
I know.
Poor Auntie. Wait, what do you mean by my condition?
Hereditary dementia is my specialty, Miss Blackwell. And in my opinion, there is significant cause for concern.
Sorry, did you say hereditary?
Yes, 2 generations. Your aunt and your grandmother before her.
My grandmother?
Yes, Patricia, I think her name was, right?
I never knew my grandmother. Auntie Lauren was it. There was nobody else. She couldn't exactly provide me with a family history.
Oh, I see. I had no idea.
Well, maybe you should have. Did anyone else come in to visit her besides me?
No, you are correct. I should have read the family history more carefully. I do apologize. I just assumed. Well, never mind. It doesn't change the fact that you should be concerned as well.
Go on.
Patricia Blackwell suffered her mental collapse at the age of 55. Lauren Blackwell underwent hers at the age of 40.
What are you saying? That the same thing is going to happen to me?
No, I'm saying that there is significant cause for concern.
So, I had a grandmother.
Apparently so.
How do you know about her?
It was in your aunt's case history when she was brought to us. Patricia Blackwell's symptoms were the same, word for word. Patricia's case was severe, and she was young, but it was chalked up to being an ordinary case of dementia. Until
Until it struck her daughter.
20 years later, when it struck her daughter, yes.
It seems impossible.
Perhaps it's genetic, but we've detected no abnormality.
So what should I do?
Right now, nothing. This type of thing is unprecedented. There is no procedure to go through, no medication I can give you. I just want you to be aware is all. And come talk to me if, well, there's any concern.
You couldn't find any other link between the 2 cases.
None, aside from the family connection. And a name.
A name? What name?
The documentation we had on your grandmother is minimal, but there was one interesting item noted. During her more lucid moments, she uttered the name Joey. Your aunt, too, would cry out that name on occasion.
Joey?
Yes,
Who's Joey?
we've been wondering the same thing for 25 years.
Is there anything else you need to tell me before I go?
Your aunt had some personal effects in storage. As the next of kin, you're the beneficiary. It's just a folder, some documents and so on. It's being sent to your address via messenger.
Oh, well, thanks for that.
It's no problem at all. Goodbye, Miss Blackwell. My schedule is fairly open now, so feel free to drop in anytime. I'm always happy to discuss my favorite patient.
Sure. Did you have contact with Lauren Blackwell while she was here?
Nope. Doesn't ring a bell. She was in temporary care?
No, she was in long-term.
That's a whole different floor. This is the floor for temp patients.
I see. So what exactly happens here on the temporary ward?
It's just that. Temporary. Most insurance plans only cover a 2-week stay, so this floor is designed for a high turnover rate. That's why the doctor's offices are usually down here. They need to be on hand when the new patients arrive.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Alright, there's not really much to do now. Let's do some writing.
I am just feeling so uninspired today. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel up to it. But today, it's just not happening.
Oh, an envelope.
Looks like it's from Bellevue.
Let's take a look. Okay, so I'll do some reading. Looks like this was sent on September 3rd of 1960. Dear Lauren, so you have been at NYU for 2 weeks now and have not called. I'm sure things are busy in the Big Apple, but don't forget the family you left behind. Things back home are well. Jack starts high school on Monday, so he's a bit nervous. You know how he gets. Be sure to write him a letter. He misses his big sister. I admit, I am still a bit nervous about your leaving in New York all by yourself. You're carrying ID with you when you go out, like I asked. You know me, just being a mom. Somebody has to keep your head on straight, kid, as your dad would say. And remember that you have a family back home that misses you. Love you, Mom, and Dad, and Jack. October 17th, 1960. Hello, sis. I am writing this on my St. Clair Model 15. Mom says that improving my handwriting is a lost cause, so she got me this. Keen, huh? I think that's asked or read or typed up a few stories on it, and this letter can't type for long because Dad says the noise drives him up the friggin' wall. What does he know? So how is life in the big city? Troy is dead boring as usual. Why'd you have to go to college, huh? There's nobody to talk to in this dump anymore. See you at Thanksgiving, Jacko. Oh man, there's a lot of these letters. Dear Lauren. Well, Thanksgiving time has come and gone, and so have you. In just 2 short months, I can already see you evolving into a capable young woman. You have outgrown this small town, Lauren. That much is obvious. Jack will be following you in your footsteps soon, I'm sure. Visiting you in New York is all he talks about. Speaking of Jack, I know you are worried about him. We all are. But don't feel that is your responsibility. You are his sister and you love him. But he's got to learn to live without you eventually. You are growing up. Let him grow up too. Till Christmas, love, Mom, and Dad, and Jack. Lauren, can't you keep a secret? I don't want to say this over the phone in case Mom or Dad overhears. Mom's been acting odd lately. It started a few days after you went back to New York. She was dragging me shopping when she suddenly screamed and fainted. She was pointing at the corner of the room, but there was nothing there. We brought her to the hospital, and she says she's fine now, but she's been very on edge and paranoid. It's hard to explain. Dad's no help. Can you call and try to cheer her up? She won't listen to me. Just don't tell her about this letter. I just hope she's okay. Jacko. One of the things I'd like to point out here is I like these little sort of areas where there's scribbles because like many people, I have to, type emails. At work, I have to type a lot of emails to different departments in the company that I work for. But we have the beauty of backspacing and correcting whatever we type. We also have spell check and such. People back then, I guess, just scribbled stuff out. Lauren, you seemed concerned after our last phone call. I just wanted to write and reassure you that everything is fine. Let us know when you are coming home for Thanksgiving. With love, Mom and Dad and Jack. Dear sis, Mom's getting worse. You said it best during Thanksgiving. It's like somebody's watching over her shoulder. Paranoia. She sits by herself for hours, pretending to read, when it's obvious she isn't. Lately, she's been covering her ears as if to keep out a sound and closing her eyes tight. Dad's losing patience with her. He's convinced she's lost her mind, and I'm starting to agree. She refuses to get any kind of help. Why can't she see that there's a problem? This isn't normal. Not normal at all. Why can't you see that? I hate to admit it, but I'm kind of scared. Scared for her. I don't know what to do, Jack. Lauren. It has a name. Mom locked herself in the bathroom this morning. She sounded like she was talking to herself in there. Well, not to herself. It was like there was somebody else there, but there wasn't. I listened. I couldn't understand it, but she did say the name Joey. I asked her later who Joey was, and she got really scared. Then she got angry and said, "If you know what's good for you, never mention that name again." This could be the key. If we find out who Joey is, maybe we can save her, Jack. Dear Lauren, well, it's done. The final papers have been signed. It hurt. A lot. But it had to be done. Mom has now been committed to a mental ward. I have to say I am relieved. I know how you feel about it, but you weren't there. You didn't come home to see her, screaming and tearing her hair out, running around the house, knocking down everything in her way. Cuts were all over her face, and the house was practically destroyed. I was so shocked I just closed the door and waited outside for Dad to come home. It was awful. She clawed at him, clawed at his face, and drew blood. It will haunt my dreams for the rest of my life. Thanks for coming out, Lauren. I don't think Dad and I could have handled it on our own. She kind of drained us, you know? Can I come to New York and visit? I need to get away for a while, Jack. Congratulations, summa cum laude. I always knew you were a smarty pants, sis. Now you've got the documentation to prove it. Thanks again for letting me stay at your place for the weekend. It was just like old times, except you weren't smoking then. New York is an amazing city, and Columbia has a great campus. I can't wait to move down there in September, but until then, I've got to deal with our grumpy old man. He's insufferable as always. Ever since Mom, he's been hard to talk to and very hard on me. I should tell him you're smoking now. Maybe he'll concentrate on you for once. See you again soon, Jack. It's happened, Lauren. Just like you eventually said it would. I'm in love. Her name is Maria. She's from Italy, and we met in statistics class. She asked if she could copy my notes because her hand was tired. We ended up having lunch, and we've been inseparable ever since. She's incredible. She's got the most amazing red hair, and I want you to meet her. I'll come by soon, Jack. Lauren? Are you alright? Ever since Mom's funeral, you've been hard to reach. I know it's been hard on us, but it's been 6 months. I tried calling, but you never answered. I came by the other day, but you didn't open the door. I knew you were there, Lauren. I could hear you. I risked using the spare key you gave me, but you changed the lock. Come for dinner on Christmas Eve. Maria is a great cook. We won't ask any questions, just come. Mom might be gone, but we're still here. I miss you, big sister. Jack. Lauren, who is Joey? I went over last week to give you a Christmas gift. You didn't answer the door, but I heard you talking to somebody named Joey. Is it a boyfriend? Are you seeing a man named Joey? Is that why you've dropped off the map? Or is it something else? I don't think I need to tell you what. For God's sakes, talk to me, Jack. Lauren, I know you're annoyed, but I am not sorry. I didn't want to do it, but you left me no choice. Hiring a private detective to follow you was the only option left. He told me some odd things. You won't talk to me, but you'll talk to total strangers. You go to every far corner of the city at the strangest hours, and you talk to yourself when you think you're alone. Don't deny it. He heard it, and so did I. Not that any of it made any sense. That alone is disturbing. Enough. But then he saw you collapse. You were all alone in some obscure park in the Bronx when you just fainted. He was about to call an ambulance, but then he saw you get up again and walk off like nothing happened. You were always there for me growing up. Don't chump me out, sis. Let me be there for you now, Jack. Jacko, please stay away. Don't worry about me. There are things that need to be done, and I am the only one who can do them. Don't ask me to explain. All I can say is that I understand our mother more than ever. She was never crazy, Jacko. Trust me on this, and take some comfort in it. You've grown up, you've grown tough, and you don't need anyone to fight your battles anymore. You don't need me, but I'll always be your big sister, Lauren. I am returning your letter because I refuse to accept it. No, you don't need to fight my battles. I'm not 14 years old anymore, but we are still family, and that's important, especially now that Dad has died. Look, you obviously have something going on that's fine. I don't have to be involved if you don't want me to, but I still want you involved in my life. Maria and I are getting married in November. You are coming. No stupid excuses, Jack. Greetings from Greece. If there were any words to describe the beauty of this place, it still wouldn't do it justice. A perfect spot for a honeymoon. Things have been busy, as you can imagine, but I wanted to quickly write to say that I'm glad you made the wedding. Of course, I'm still worried about you, but somebody has to be. You take care and stay in touch. Maria says hi, Jack.
There are some pictures stuck to the back of this letter.
Dear Aunt Lauren. Yes, Aunt Lauren. You're an aunt. I'm a dad. Maria gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. We named her Rosangelina, after Maria's grandmother. She's so quiet, she hardly cries at all. I'm all set to spoil her rotten, but Maria says to take it easy. She looks just like her mother, and there's a bit of you in her eyes, too. And Mom and Dad. Everything our family was or will be, this child is it. Life is changing so fast. I just want to hold on to this tiny creature and never let go. The future is an exciting place, and I have everything I could ever want. I don't want anything to change. Ever. Jack. Dear Miss Blackwell, it is indeed within your legal rights to take custody of your 5-year-old niece with the death of her parents. You are the only living relative. Please contact our offices and we will start the necessary paperwork. John Durkin.
Hello?
Rosangelina, hi.
Hi, Bob.
Thanks so much for submitting your last review on time. For once.
Yeah.
I've got a little assignment for you today.
Assignment?
Human interest, Blackwell. Suicide. College girl named Joanne Sherman.
That's awful, but...
You know the Brittany house, the NYU dorm?
Yes, but...
Speak to some people on her floor. Get a word in with the roommate.
Listen.
Speak to the RA too, and hey, see if you can score a picture of the girl.
But I don't do that stuff. I write book reviews.
Versatility. Time to get out of your comfort zone. Jeremy's over at City Hall covering that strike, so you are it. Get cracking.
I hate him so much. Is freelancing for that stupid paper even worth it? I guess it keeps me writing, but... oh, whatever. I'll just go over there and get it done. It's not like I don't have enough death in my life right now. Maybe this isn't a bad thing. It's like being a real reporter. Sort of. My old notepad should come in handy for this.
Okay, Roseanne says you can use Rose's notebook. To access the notebook, move the cursor to the top screen to activate the inventory bar and click the Notes button. So I guess this is right here. To get more information about the clues, move the mouse cursor over it.
All I know about Joanne is that she was an NYU student who killed herself. My boss asked me to find a photograph of Joanne to put it in the paper.
Okay. So this is kind of interesting function. You can like combine a couple of notes and she'll come to a thought. I'm sure that'll, play a bigger part as we go on here. The game Resonance has something like that as well. That's also a Wadjet Eye game. It's a great game. It's probably my favorite Wadjet Eye game. Let's look at these pictures. Let's do this instead.
That's definitely Auntie Lauren. She's looking at something off camera. I wonder what it was. I assume that's my mother. She sort of looks like me, I guess. Other than that, she's a total stranger. Is that my dad? He looks so young. I always pictured my dad as being older. I don't want to ruin.
Alright, let's take the other picture here. Oops. This is weird. So, like, I'm assuming that this is Auntie Lauren. This is the brother, and that's the grandmother that they're referring to. But I can't seem to click on anything besides putting it away. So I guess we gotta head to that university. I wonder if we should go talk to Nishanti.
Come in. Hello, Rosa. Come in, come in. Don't mind the pooch, he's harmless.
This is, a lovely place.
Thank you. Not the biggest place, but fine for Moti and me.
You seem very friendly with the people in this building.
Well, I didn't grow up here. I didn't realize it was taboo to chat with neighbors.
Well, it's not taboo exactly, it's just...
Oh, I know, just one of those unspoken things. I've found that most people are pretty friendly, though, once you take the first step. People have their defenses up most of the time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. So, you play the flute, huh?
Yes, I play the flute. It's called a bansuri. What about you? Do you play an instrument?
Me? No, I can hardly play the kazoo.
Let's see. You strike me as being creatively inclined. Are you a painter? A writer?
Well, I'm trying to be a writer.
I knew it. Anything published?
Nothing really, aside from book reviews in the Village Eye.
Village Eye? You mean that little paper they sell at the stand?
You've read it?
I've seen it around, but I've never actually read it. Perhaps I will the next time I see it.
That dog is adorable.
Moti? He's spoiled rotten, but he's good company. He's taken quite a shine to you, that's for sure.
Huh, yeah. Usually I'm not good with animals.
You never had a childhood pet?
A pet? No, I had a teddy bear.
Well, you probably had the right idea. Moti's a little thing, but you wouldn't know it from the amount he eats.
He's very active, it seems.
Yes, that probably explains it. See that box of biscuits? I buy a new one every 2 days. Moti doesn't have a stomach. He has a black hole that sucks in food. Feel free to give him one if you like.
Why do you play the flute in the park?
It's a place to go, I suppose. I was walking there one day and I had the bansuri with me, so I started playing. Next thing I knew, I had a bunch of people around me. So I go there as often as I can now. It gets me out of this stuffy apartment, and I admit I like the attention. Plus, Moti loves the dog run there. Well, he did until they closed it down.
Could I try feeding the dog?
Sure, here, take one. I have plenty. Go ahead and feed him. He's always hungry.
Thanks again for helping me out earlier. I'd probably be sleeping in a hotel tonight if it weren't for you.
Oh, didn't you hear? The strike's over.
Really?
It only lasted a few hours according to the report on the radio.
I suppose that's irony.
I suppose so.
Well, I'd better go.
Take care, Rosa. Come back whenever you'd like.
Come here, boy. Hi, dog?
His name is Moti.
Right, Moti. What do I do now?
Just say, go get it. He'll do the rest.
Go get it. See ya.
Someone wants a treat, eh? Go get it.
Like Moti was following me for a second. Alright, let's go check out this Brittany Hall dorm.
Ugh. I feel like hell and I have to interview college kids. Hopefully this won't take too long.
Oh, I hate college kids.
Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell.
Can I help you?
Perhaps. Could I ask you a few questions?
Oh, this is about Joanne, isn't it?
You know her?
Well, I am the RA for this floor. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't know everybody. The campus police found her around 5 a.m. this morning.
Can you tell me about her?
Well, alright. But could you leave my name out of it?
That shouldn't be a problem.
Good. Joanne's parents have already asked the dean to fire me. I don't need anyone else knowing who I am. What do you want to know?
Could you tell me about Joanne again?
Well, as I said, I didn't know her socially, but she seemed nice enough. Nobody ever complained about her. She always had friends around her. She never had any trouble, as far as I know. Her suicide came as a total surprise.
Can you tell me anything about Joanne?
She jumped off the roof. She died instantly. It was in the middle of the night. There was no way anybody could have stopped her. Make sure you print that.
Would you have a picture of Joanne?
A picture? No. Why would I?
Just asking. So how did you get to be an RA of this floor?
What do you mean?
Well, it's a girls' floor, and you, well...
Aren't?
Yes.
Well, it's like this. Someone at the registrar thought Adrian was a girl's name. So here I am.
None of the girls have complained?
Not yet. They seem to prefer it. This sort of thing happens quite frequently. You'd be surprised.
Well, that's all for now. Thanks for helping out.
Just remember, leave my name out of it.
I'm not stealing stuff from college kids. Just a bunch of notices. Guitar lessons, study groups, stuff like that. There's nobody home. There's nobody home. Ew, there's gum stuck to the faucet. I'm not touching that.
Yeah?
Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell with the Village Eye.
The Village what?
The Village Eye, the newspaper.
I've never heard of it.
It doesn't matter.
Well, what do you want then?
I'd like to talk to you about your roommate, if that's all right.
Jesus Christ. I'm busy with midterms. I told the campus police everything. Do you have to bother me?
Look,
So she killed herself. Big whoop. Why is that my problem?
I understand that this must be a difficult time for you.
Difficult? Hell no. It's been great. You know how long I've been wanting my own room?
You don't care? Not even a little bit?
No, I don't. Why the hell should I? For that matter, why should you?
Will you please calm down?
Calm down? Who the hell do you think you are?
Look, just tell me a little bit about Joanne and I'll leave. Please.
Fine. You want to know about Joanne? She's dead. She couldn't take the pressure, so she jumped off the roof.
Did Joanne act unusual before she died?
Nope. Same old Joanne. Studied at her desk all day and slept all night, as usual. Quiet as a little mouse.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Joanne?
No.
Do you have any thoughts on why Joanne would kill herself?
Nope. Just another kid who couldn't hack it.
Do you have a photograph of Joanne that we could use for the newspaper?
You want a what?
Just a photograph. You'll get it right back.
Yeah, right. You think I'm giving you anything? Think again.
Can you tell me anything about Adrian?
The RA? He's okay. He helps us out when we need it and keeps out of our way when we don't. It's the way it should be.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Why do you want to know?
Just background info for the paper.
I don't think so.
Suit yourself. Joanne never had trouble sleeping.
How would I know?
You lived with her.
Like I pay attention.
So Joanne was a good student.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
So there's a number of clues in their notebook for us to combine the clues together to attempt to find the connection. Let's click. Okay, cool. So that means, like, basically, I guess we're trying to find connections with Joanne. So we'll say Joanne and Kelly, and she'll say
Joanne and Kelly were roommates at NYU. That's all I really know about them.
Okay, so how about
that makes no sense. It would appear that Joanne was a pretty good student, or at least a hard-working one. According to Kelly, Joanne didn't have any trouble sleeping. Adrian lives a few doors down from Joanne in the NYU dorm. He's the resident assistant for the floor. If anyone has a photograph of Joanne, it would be Kelly. If only I could convince her to give it to me. Adrian lives a few doors.
oh, that's not what I want to do.
I don't see what one has to do with the other.
Okay, so if I talk to the RA again, I could uncover a little bit more clues.
Hi,
You have more questions?
yeah, is that okay?
I suppose so. What do you want to know?
Do you know if Joanne had any trouble sleeping?
I'm afraid I wouldn't. Her roommate, Kelly, never complained, but that's not surprising.
And why is that?
Well, Kelly rarely spent the night in her room. She only comes here to study, as far as I've seen.
What can you tell me about Joanne's roommate?
Kelly? Have you met her?
Yes.
Quite a sight, huh? But don't judge her by that. She's the sharpest kid you'll ever meet. She gets straight A's on everything.
Really?
Yep, she's pre-med.
Was Joanne a good student?
I don't think she had any problems. But, of course, the pressure can get to anybody.
Do you know where Kelly was sleeping?
No, it's not my place to ask.
Well, that's all for now. Thanks for helping out.
Just remember, leave my name out of it.
I wonder where Kelly goes to sleep at night.
Let's ask her.
Yeah?
So, you've been sleeping somewhere else lately?
Yeah, I've been at my boyfriend's. You've been following me or something?
No, just confirming the information.
Looks like Adrian's been talking.
Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I think I may have figured out something here.
Wait a minute. Something isn't right. If Kelly's been spending her night somewhere else, How can she know if her roommate was sleeping well or not? I think Kelly was lying to me.
Okay, so now we can approach her with that bit of information.
Yeah?
Your RA told me that you haven't been sleeping in your dorm.
Yeah, so?
You told me that Joanne slept in her room every night.
So?
How would you know Joanne slept here if you've been sleeping somewhere else?
Huh? Oh, well, I just assumed.
Did you lie to me?
I didn't lie. I just... Oh, screw it. You want to talk? Fine. What do you want to know?
So what was Joanne really like?
To be honest, there's nothing to say. She was studying political science, which is kind of cool, I guess. She was so vanilla.
Vanilla?
You know, sweet, but not much there. Just a typical college kid. Acted just like everybody else. She seemed proud of it.
Did Joanne act unusual before she died?
No. Although the last few weeks she's been talking in her sleep.
What did she say?
No idea. Couldn't understand her. She swore up and down that she wasn't doing it. She looked a bit scared though.
Scared? How so?
Just scared. I didn't need the drama, so I've been sleeping at my boyfriend's place.
So you weren't here when she...
Killed herself? No, I wasn't here. Not that it would have made much of a difference. Are we done?
Can you tell me a little...
Why do you want to know?
Just background info for the paper.
I don't think so.
Suit yourself. I could really use a photo of Joanne, if you have one.
Alright, just a sec. This was hers. It was on her desk. She won't be needing it anymore. Joanne's the girl on the left.
Thanks. Can you tell me any...
The RA? He's okay. He helped us with...
Okay, that's not...
Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Alright, I think I succeeded in getting everything I needed to get Joanne here.
According to Kelly, this girl on the left is Joanne. I assume that this is a friend of Joanne, but I have no idea who she is. I assume that...
What if I... Nope. Oh. Oh, darn it. Well, I guess, guys, this actually ends the stream for now. What really sucks about it is that the game just kind of crashed on me and I had no chance to save it, which is terrible because it was actually getting really interesting. I'm going to end the stream for now, but darn, that really is kind of pisses me off here. Let me go back to my cover here. Oh, Jesus. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and play the game up to that point. It really didn't take much, and I'll just kind of like skip through all the dialogue and stuff like that, and hopefully get to that point where we can resume from where we left off. But as you can see, stuff was getting a little bit more interesting. She was finding more about like what was going on with Joanne, and trying to get to that point where getting to like to the deeper mystery of like why she committed suicide and stuff. Also, then she kind of we also kind of saw a little bit about her background and how her aunt was basically going nuts. It's all really interesting stuff, and it's like a very sort of interesting story. I really highly recommend the Blackwell Legacy to anyone who if you guys have a chance to check it out. It's a really fun game. I really do like the protagonist of Rosa, and you haven't met Joey yet, but Joey's pretty cool too, and I like the fact that they can play off of each other, as you'll see later. I'll do another stream of this sometime in the future, and hopefully I'll get to that point where the computer the game unexpectedly crashed. I hope that's not a recurring thing because it would be very annoying to deal with if that happened all the time. Hope this is just a little bit of an isolated incident. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm Blackwell Legacy. Like I said, I mean, you could see like sort of the similarities between the Blackwell Legacy and say something like the Ben Jordan Paranormal Investigator stuff. Blackwell Legacy actually has like a little bit better, I guess, options to like kind of unique options like checking your notes and making connections and then finding out that there's either a discontinuity or a connection that you can make to kind of create a new note that you can ask people, and then like that will open up more dialogue boxes, or you'll be able to get certain items like the photo I got from the roommate. It's a very interesting game, and I do highly recommend it. And that's a little bit of like gameplay that they add to rather than making the adventure game harder and more difficult to figure out, uh, they make it more interesting. And I think that's what you need to do with an adventure game nowadays. I mean, you can make, I guess, you could make it difficult, but making it difficult where it just dead ends is, I don't think, a very good way to make a game. Um, I mean, some people would argue with me, say, no, it has to be hard. I don't necessarily think it needs to be hard. I just think it needs to be playable, and it needs to sort of tell a story rather than, make a person scan a field of grass to see if there's anything he or she can click on. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna say goodnight for now. Thanks for joining me. If you're joining me this late, I don't think anyone is, but thanks for watching. And yeah, I will continue this some other time. All right, I will say goodnight and keep on rolling.